The following is a presentation of PH Athletics. From Montvale on a beautiful yet windy day, we've got a big one on the baseball diamond. Ramapo and Pascack Hills, two teams on a roll. The Raiders have won 7 straight games, including a 10-0 victory against Paramus on Tuesday, while Hills comes in winners of 5 straight, including a 5-2 win against Mawa on Wednesday. We're going to see a great battle on the mound with Cody Herman starting for the Raiders and Pascack Hills' ace Kyle Wenkus getting the start for the Broncos. First pitch up next. We're set to go from Montvale. Wenkus getting the start today. He is 1-1 by record on the season through 10.1 innings and 194 pitches, 17 strikeouts, 10 of which came last Saturday in the 6-1 win at Boulder Stadium against Wayne Valley, and a 3.39 ERA. That leads all Hills pitchers. The first batter he faces is Liam Hayward, the senior for Ramapo, will play in center field today. He's batting 18 for 38. That comes out to 474, and he's got a 1-1 count right here. That one fouled off. One and two to Hayward. Coming up next, 83rd in the state when it comes to on-base percentage. That's pretty good because there's about 300 teams in the state of New Jersey, all with at least 9 capable players. As Hayward works it back to a 2-2 count, he's got a .623 on-base percentage and could be working his 16th walk of the season here. He's tied 5th in the state for walks, but Wenkus gets things started with a K and puts one away. A swinging strikeout for Hayward gets things started, and now it will be the senior first baseman Brody Barber. 22 for 43. He's tied 11th for hits statewide with 22 of those, leader in that stat category. And looks at ball one. Second pitch is a swinging strike from Barber. Also the leader in doubles with 7. He's tied 15th in the state for that. So he's got a 2-2 count here. And also tied for 95th in the state when it comes to batting average. As Wenkus, strikeout number 2, that'll keep the average down, but he came in, Barber, with a .512 batting average. So 2 up, 2 down for Wenkus. Here comes Ty Barber, Brody's twin brother, and the shortstop, 12 for 42 this year. He's also has gone on the mound and will be available in full today. We'll see if they use him out of the bullpen here, as Wenkes able to work a strike there. Barber with 9 singles and 3 doubles. His hits. That one a wild pitch, but no runners on the base path, so Szabo can take his time with it. Of course, the fielders you should know by now if you've been watching most of these baseball games. Jake Szabo, the catcher, Wenkes on the mound, so that means Dylan Cass is at first base. Second through third is the same with Marquise, Cho, and O'Donnell, and then in the outfield it's Lee in left, Napolitano in center, and Giantonio in right. There's a ground ball towards Cho at short, and he'll make the play. 3 up, 3 down with 2 Ks for Kyle Wenkes to get things started. Ramapo pitching their ace as well. That is Cody Herman, 2-2 record this year. 22 strikeouts through 17 innings. The first batter he faces is Kyle Wenkes, and from the plate there's plenty you can say about this kid. Driven in 16 RBIs, 18 for 46, 4 home runs. That's tied for 11th in the whole state of New Jersey. Also the starting pitcher today for Hills, so both aces going in what should be a compelling matchup on the mound today. Wenkes already with 2 strikeouts. We'll see if Herman can get one on Wenkes here. He's already down in the count 2-0. Strike one called there. Excuse me, it's a 1-2 count. And Wenkes swings and misses, so there is the strikeout for Herman. And there's one down. Now here comes the catcher, Jake Szabo for Hills. Always has batted second here. And Szabo this year drawn the most amount of walks on Hills with 12. 18 for 41 from the plate to bat .439. First pitch he sees from Herman is low, and it's a 1-0 count. Szabo looks at ball 2. Strike one called there on the inside. 2-1 for the Hills catcher. As there's a foul ball over down the first base line. 2-2 now for Szabo from what was 2-0. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. 2 Ks for Herman. And now it'll be Emerson Cho with 2 out and none on. Cho, the leader in hits for Hills this year with 19. He's 19 for 41. Also the leader in doubles with 8 of those. Fouls off pitch number 1. Inside, strike called, 0-2. And Cho looks at ball number 1. And fouls that one off. Count stays at 1-2. Cho fouls that off. We stay at this 1-ball, 2-strike count. One and two, Cho holds off. It was low. And now the count even at 2-2. Ball 3, and we've got a full count. Big at-bat here from Cho. He's battled through it. See if he can get something out of it. The 3-2. Low, ball 4. Cho draws a 2-out walk. First base runner allowed in this game, and that brings up the cleanup hitter, John Giantonio. Right fielder, batting 13 for 35 this year, driven in 6 RBIs. Just 1 extra base hit, that was a double. Here's the pitch. Inside, nearly hit him, but a strike is called. Giantonio looked like turned away from that like it grazed his elbow, but it's a strike. 0-1. Pick off not in time towards Cho at first. Cho's got to get back. There's strike 2 for Giantonio. That one inside. Giantonio had to move his whole body. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He went 3 Ks and 4 batters for Herman, and at the end of the first, we're scoreless. Back for the second inning, and the first batter, Danny Pape, the senior left fielder for Ramapo, batting .308 this year. Holds off on strike one. And there's a chopper back towards Wenkes, and the play easily made, 1 away. So Poppy goes down, and here is the catcher, Alex Belovich, 13 for 38 this year. The big hitter, he's got a triple and a home run, the only player on Ramapo to record those statistics this year. Looks at ball one. And there's a high fly ball. It's towards shallow center. Diving after it is Napolitano, but it falls for a base hit. One on, one out. The first hit surrendered today, and that brings up Ryan Seddon, senior second baseman for the Rams. There's a ball low. Pickoff from Wenkes, not in time. Here's a strike. Nice breaking ball for Wenkes. 1-1 here. Runner going. Zabo, the throw. Bounces through towards center. And the runner will stay. So it's a stolen base for Belovich. It is his third this season. At the plate, a 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Hit into left, could score a run, bounces over Christian Lee. In comes Belovich to score. It's going to be an RBI double. And Ramapo jumps out to an early lead. So Ryan Seddon with his 14th RBI off his 5th double of the season. And now it will be the DH Jake Skorapanos, 0 for 3 this season. Strike one called. That one a little high, so a 1-1 count. That one fouled off, 1-2. Runner at second, just one out here. And here comes the 1-2. Grounded towards first. It'll be Wenkes coming over and making the out. Runner advances to third, but now there's two away, so there's no potential for a sac fly. So still 1-0, runner 90 feet away from scoring the second run of this game, and a chance to bring him in for Connor DeMarco. Just one RBI this season for the right fielder, batting just 1 for 3, according to our stats. Strike one called there despite the drop from Zaba. Strike two for Wenkus there. Still looking for his first K of this inning after getting two in the first. And a swing and a miss on a drop third strike. Zabo will make the throw to Cass at first. It will be a strikeout for Wenkus. He does surrender the first run of this game. It's 1-0 Ramapo at the middle of two. Christian Lee will lead off in the bottom of the second inning for Hills. They're down 1 run to Ramapo. Raiders 9-4 this year, a Group 3 team where they're ranked 4th of the 22 teams by power points in North 1 Group 3. Hills in North 1 Group 2, they're 9th right now, but still about a month to go until those rankings become official for the state tournament. Lee looks at ball number 1. And fouls one off. 1 ball, 1 strike for the senior playing in left field today. Really a utility player, can go anywhere, but he usually starts in left and then works his way around. 15 for 43 this year with 15 RBIs. That's in the top 100 for the entire state. Swing and a miss for Lee. It's strike 2 on a nice curveball or changeup from Herman. And Lee gonna get one through. A base hit to lead off in the bottom of the first inning for Christian Lee. And that will give a chance for the freshman Dylan Cass, who's the only player for Pascack Hills that starts regularly that is not a senior this year, and he's a freshman. It's Dylan Cass here. Sometimes he pitches. When he doesn't do that, he's at first base where he is today. And we'll see what he can do. He's ready to bunt, and this one goes foul. No balls, 1 strike for Cass. 15 for 35 this year. And Cass looking for the sign from Coach Evans down the third base line. Lee, the runner at first. Cass this time gets the bunt off effectively. The throw to first, low and away. Cass will be safe, and Lee is going to advance to third where he'll stay. That worked out perfectly. Kyle Marquez now. We'll see if he can bring the tying run in. That's Christian Lee 90 feet away. He's got a chance for a sac fly here to do it. The senior second baseman tied in the top 100 for OPS with a 1.4. He's 10 for 20 this year, brought in 8 runs. Let's see if number 9 comes right here to tie it up. Not on that pitch. It's a strike looking. That one fouled off by Marquise. On deck is Gavin O'Donnell, 0-2 for the second baseman. Fouled off and into the softball fence. We stay at an 0-2 count. Strike three called. Marquise goes down looking, and that's the first K of the inning for Herman. Up comes Gavin O'Donnell now with Joe Napolitano on deck, the bottom of the Hills order. O'Donnell looks at ball one. And that one fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. O'Donnell still with a chance for a sac fly to bring in Lee. See if he can get it. Cass at first, 1 out. Cass going for second. The throw is caught by 2 guys who were right there, but Cass will be safe. The second baseman and shortstop did not communicate, and that allows for Cass to steal. 1-2 at the plate. That one high. 2-2 now. That was Cass's first stolen base by our records of his varsity career. And that one hit O'Donnell maybe, or maybe hit his bat. Looks like they're going to put it down as a ball. I thought it hit something. Maybe it was just the catcher's mitt. It sounded like it hit something. And it's 3-2. Full count. Here's the pitch. O'Donnell swings and misses. 2 straight strikeouts for Herman. And now Joe Napolitano, the last chance for Hills if they want to tie this game up. Five Ks for Cody Herman so far today. That puts him at 27 for this season. 2 in a row. Napolitano with a big swing and miss. The center fielder, 10 for 32 this year with 7 RBIs. Strike 2 called, and Herman with a chance to get out of the jam. Here's the 0-2. Napolitano swings and misses. Herman with 3 straight Ks as Hills strands 2 runners in scoring position. Ramapo holds on to their 1-0 lead at the end of 2. So after a quick break, we get back to work in the top of the third inning. The last batter in the Ramapo lineup, Theo Herman, the junior third baseman, up right now. He's 6 for 20 this year. And Herman with the grounder, getting through O'Donnell. A base hit for Theo Herman to start the third inning. And now back to the top of the Raider order with a second at bat for Liam Hayward. Struck out on his first one. Pickoff not in time. That one nearly hit him. 1-0. Here's a line drive, hopping, good play made by Cho, but both runners will be safe. First and second, none out in the top of the third inning, and now it will be Brody Barber. Swing and a miss, and it was a big one. That one in there, nice breaking ball. 0-2. There's a ball a little outside, 1-2 now. Popped up, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still none out and 2 runners on for the Raiders. That one low and away. 2-2 now. Barber trying to work it. Wank just steps off. Here's the 2-2. Barber swings. It's a pop-up, maybe catchable. Over by the dugout, it was not caught, and so it is still 2-2. Here's the 2-2 to Barber. Fouled off again. Nice battle here for Brody Barber with 2 on and none out. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Chopper, Wenkes coming after it, and he'll make the tag. Both runners, or he did not make the tag. The bases are loaded. Wenkes did not control the ball, and so all runners are safe. The bases are loaded. There's none out. Ty Barber now with a chance to add to his 8 RBIs on the year. Shortstop came in batting 12 for 42. Coach Evans is out talking with the home plate umpire. And he'll head back Ty Barber getting the instructions from his coach. None out, bases loaded. Ramapo with a big chance to split this game wide open early. Strike one called. Swing and a miss, strike two. Low and inside, 1-2 now for Barber. Runner at third, Theo Herman. At first is Liam Hayward and Brody Barber at first, Strike three, swinging there. Wenkes with his first K of this inning. That puts him at 4 today. And now that brings up the cleanup batter, Danny Poppy. 8 RBIs this season. Swings and misses at strike one. Poppy held off 1-1. 1-run game, but Ramapo threatening to really extend that with the bases loaded. That one high, ball 2. Chopper may be foul, it is. Two balls, 2 strikes for Poppy. In a huge at-bat. Here's the 2-2. Inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. In there, strike 3. Huge strikeout for Wenkes, and now there's 2 away. 5th K of the game for Wenkes. And now it will be the catcher, Alex Belovich, who had the first hit of the game. It was a double. His first of the season. He also has a triple and a home run. But other than that, no extra base hits. Only 3 of them, but he's got them in all those categories. 13 for 38 coming in, 14 for 39, including the double earlier. We'll see if Wenkes can get some payback here and work his way out of this jam, but it's now 1-1 after that called strike. Two and one. Belovich, ground ball, hopping, Cho, the throw to second in time, and somehow they work their way out of it. It's still 1-0 at the middle of the third. It'll be Kyle Wankus after the big job in the top of this third inning to work out of a bases loaded no out jam with 0 runs. Wankus will lead off in this top of the third inning as Hills looks to tie things up. Cody Herman still on the mound. 6 Ks for him today. Wankus pops one up towards left. It's back towards the wall. They're running for it. It's off the wall. And Wankus rounds first for a leadoff double. Here now, Jake Szabo, the catcher. So with the runner at second and no outs, it's Jake Szabo after just 1 pitch in this third inning. He shows bunt. It goes hot off the bat, and they'll make the tag. Wankus makes his way to third, 1 away, and the tying run 90 feet away. Emerson Cho, the third batter, here now with a chance to tie this game. One and 0. Cho pops that one up and foul. 1-1 the count. In there, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes for the Hills shortstop. Tying run at third. Cho pimps one out to right. Caught. Wankus with the tag, and we are tied. Two out for John Giantonio, but the dirty work done. It's now 1-1 in the bottom of the third. And Giantonio swings and misses. In there, strike 2. Here's the 0-2. And Giantonio chases one, but we are now tied at the end of 3. Here we are now with Ryan Seddon. Strike one on a nice breaking ball. That one got away from Zabo, but no runners on. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seddon barely got a piece of that. 1-2. Seddon, soft grounder towards Cho at short, fumbles the grab, throw to first is not in time. Took a bad hop at the edge of the infield, and so it'll be a base hit for Seddon. After that, Jake Skoropanos. Strike one called. Pick off, not in time. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes for Skoropanos. Pick off, not there. Runner going. Here's the throw to second. Pinpoint, but a little too late. And so the runner is safe. At the plate, however, a strikeout. So despite the stolen base, still one away, or now one away. And that brings up the 8th batter in the lineup, Connor DeMarco. It's the 13th stolen base for Ryan Seddon this year. He's the team leader. And Wankus with that K, number 6 on his day. A low strike called. 1-1. That one a little outside. Low in the dirt, runner will stay. Zabo with a good block. But now 3 balls and 1 strike. High, ball 4. I believe that's the first walk for Wankus today. So now it'll be Theo Herman, last batter in the Ramapo lineup. This is the second time they've gone through the lineup today. And we're in the top of the 4th inning with 1 out and 2 on. 1-1 ball game. Ramapo took the lead in the top of the 2nd. Hills got it back a few moments ago in the bottom of the 3rd. There's a high chopper out towards O'Donnell. Throw to first is in time, and there's 2 away, and 2 runners now in scoring position. Leadoff hitter Liam Hayward. A senior, came in with 6 RBIs this year. Looking to get one more here and give Ramapo the lead. The go-ahead run at third, represented by Ryan Seddon. Holds off on strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Big swing and miss. That one low, and this time Hayward held off. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. He did not go, and that one inside. 2-2. 2-2 with 2 out, and runners at second and third. Ramapo trying to take the lead back. But Hayward's got to be careful with 2 out. Strike 3, he got him. And Wenkes with another huge strikeout. We're still tied at the middle of the 4th. It's Christian Lee now in the bottom of the 4th. All tied up at 1. Both pitchers by my count with 7 strikeouts today. Wenkes just got his 7th. Cody Herman now with a chance to match. Wenkes had a season-high 10 Ks in the win against Wayne Valley on Saturday at the home of the New York Boulders. 1-0 count here after the low pitch to Lee. And Lee fouls that one off. Here's the 1-1. Grounded towards third. A slow one, and the throw to first is in time. There's one away. Dylan Cass now, the freshman, who was able to work a walk, I believe, and get Christian Lee to third in the 2nd inning. Now with 1 out and nobody on the bases. Pops that one up and foul. Strike 2 inside. Cass pops that one up and foul. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Cass held off. Good call. It was low. Inside, but strike 3 is called. 2 out. So here's Kyle Marquise after the 8th strikeout of the game for Herman. That one going foul, and it is. Oh. So here comes the 0-1 towards Marquise, the second baseman. And it's a chopper towards Herman on the mound. He barehanded that one and makes the play. 3 up, 3 down to end the 4th. Still 1-1 between Ramapo and Pascack Hills. Completed about 4 innings in an hour here in Montvale. As we thank you for joining us on our tape delayed coverage, a 1-1 ball game here, big one for Hills, trying to continue their 5-game winning streak now. Ramapo also trying to continue what is a 7-game winning streak. And if Hills wins this, it'd be very plentiful when it comes to their county seeding and potentially their state seeding, with a lot of power points to be gained if they can take the dub here. Oink is still on the mound for his 5th consecutive inning. It's a 1-1 count here. This is Brody Barber. He's got a 2-1 count now. Barber fouled that one off, 2-2. In there, strike 3. Barber goes down looking. Wankus with K number 8. And so Brody Barber goes down. Ty Barber comes to the plate. And he fouls one off. Strike two called. And that one high. In there. Strike three. K number 2 for Wenkus. Second straight. And K number 9 total in this game. 2 down, and here now, Denny Poppy. Chopper foul. That one high. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2, and now Wenkus with a chance for a 3-up, 3-down inning. It'd be his first since the first. Here it is, 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. 3 Ks for Wenkus in the top of the 5th, and they're rolling now to the bottom of the 5th inning, still tied at 1. It'll be Gavin O'Donnell trying to keep the momentum on the offensive side of the ball now. And Take Hills would be their first lead of the game if they get it. We'll see if they can. That one high. Strike in there from Herman, out there for his 5th consecutive inning. He's got 9 Ks or 8 Ks today. So there's a high chopper over Herman's head to second, throw in time, just barely. So here is Joe Napolitano with 1 out and none on. Wenkus on deck. That one high. Napolitano fouls that one off down the first base line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Low 2 and 1. And that one got away from the catcher. Three balls and one strike for Napolitano. Trying to work what I believe would be just the second walk of the game. He won't get it yet. It's a full count now. And there is the walk to bring up Kyle Wenkus. One out, one on. Wenkus, a big drive out towards left and off the wall. Napolitano being waved home. They'll say he stays at third. Wenkus with a double. His second of this game. And here now, Jake Szabo with two runners in scoring position and just one out. Napolitano, the go-ahead run at third. And a mound meeting. First of the game for either team, I believe. The tandem coaches for Ramapo, Mike Esposito and Garrison Ward, out there with their pitcher, Cody Herman. So here we go with Szabo. Herman going to stay out there, of course. See if he can work out of this. Does have one out, but has Szabo and Cho, the next two to bat. Giantonio after them. 0-1 after the foul ball. Napolitano, the go-ahead run at third. High for ball one. Ooh, Szabo with a big swing and miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Herman with his 9th K of the game. And a chance to get out of it again. Emerson Cho now. The last chance for Hills if they don't want to strand 2 runners in scoring position, just like they did in the bottom of the second inning. It was this exact situation on the base paths. Strike 1 called. Swing and a miss for Cho. 0-2. And Herman, he's right there. Would be K number 10 of the day if he got it. Here's the 0-2. That one fouled, and it might have caught his foot. Looks like he's okay. Oh and 2. Part 2. Low. It skipped in the dirt even. And so 1 ball and 2 strikes. Low and in. 2-2 now. chopper could be the play to get him out. The throw to first, right on target. We are still tied at the end of 5. Here we are. It's already the 6th inning. This game has gone by quick, but it's given us a lot to talk about. Alex Belovich at the plate now. The man who got the first hit of the game with a double in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Kyle Wenk is still in. It's another high chopper. Cho comes up to get it and makes the throw. 1 out. Both teams have had great opportunities, just like the one Hills had in the last inning, but have not been able to capitalize except for just 1 run apiece. And after the ground out from Belovich, it's Ryan Seddon. A little high. Line drive, it'll be a base hit and left. Lee up to get it, will keep it at just 1, but it's a base hit with 1 out for Seddon. This now the DH Jake Skoropanos. And while Wenkus has dealt with the top of the Ramapo order very well, this middle and bottom section has kind of gotten to him. Pickoff not in time. Pickoff again not in time. Keeping him honest at first. The first pitch. He went, got away from Szabo, and so Seddon will advance with no throw off the wild pitch, but it will be a strike as Skoropanos made the swing. He checked it, but went too far. Strike 2 called. That one also got away from Szabo. This time the runner does not advance. It was outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Top of the 6th inning. Still tied at 1. It has been 2 straight scoreless innings. Strike 3 called for Wenkus. And down goes Skoropanos. 2 away. And that runner at second, it's K number 11 for Kyle Wenkus today. So this now, Connor DeMarco, the right fielder, a junior. Strike one called. Great breaking ball, placed perfectly. Strike two on another. Well, looked to me like a curveball. 0-2. Wenkus has already passed his season high for K's. See if he can get to number 12 right here and strand that runner at second. Here's the pitch to DeMarco. 0-2, and he hit him. Not what you want to see. It's only the second hit batsman for Wenkus this year. And for DeMarco, who's actually leading Ramapo in that hit by pitch category, his fourth. Coach Evans coming out to the mound. We saw Emerson Cho warming up a moment ago. We'll see if they keep Wenkus on the mound here. They're keeping him out there. And a good call, too. He's pitched an incredible game. Now we'll see what Theo Herman can do with 2 on and 2 out. That one outside. Grounder, hot one. Wenkus with a great play on the mound. A high throw, but Cass gets his foot down with plenty of time. We are still at 1-all going to the bottom of the 6th inning. John Giantonio now, who I believe is 0 for 2 from the plate today, to lead off in this 6th inning. Still Cody Herman out for Ramapo, and I don't believe I've seen any Ramapo pitchers warm up. Emerson Cho doing so for Hills right now. Here's Giantonio. Swing and a miss. And Giantonio fouls that one off. 0-2. Giantonio just stays alive. That one outside. Great take for Giantonio with 2 strikes, 1-2. And that one low. So what was 0-2 is now 2-2. Inside. And it's now a full count. Giantonio with some acrobatics to get out of the way there. Full count. Here comes. Oh, strike 3 called. Giantonio is ready to take his base, but he won't. Christian Lee now with 1 out and none on. Lee fouled that one. Here's the 0-1. Low and away. Grounder towards third. It hops up towards the shortstop. Throw to first is just in time. Two away. None on for Dylan Cass. A chance we go to the 7th inning with 3 straight scoreless innings and a tie game at 1. It's been the pitcher's duel we thought it'd be, as Cass fouls this one off. Cass, big swing and miss, 0-2. Cody Herman, 10 Ks today. Steps off. I believe Cass called time there. And here comes the 0-2. Held off, called strike 3. We go to the 7th inning with a 1-1 game. It's the top of the 7th. Kyle Wenkus departs the mound after a 11 strikeout performance, and on comes Emerson Cho, who has filled this closing role for most of the season. 81 pitches in 6 innings this year, 6 strikeouts recorded for him. First pitch, a bunt pulled back. This is Liam Hayward, the leadoff batter. Pops one up towards left, Cass under it. There he is. One out. And now it will be Brody Barber. A ball inside. Low for ball 2. And it's a 3-0 count now. Four-pitch walk to Barber. Runner on, 1 out. Here's his brother Ty. Two twin seniors, the Barbers, making up the 19 seniors on this 24-player Ramapo roster. Pickoff not in time from Cho to Brody Barber at first. Strike one called. And another pickoff, once again not in time. At the plate still 0-1. Barber took a little time out there. Here's the 0-1, runner going, popped up and foul. 0-2. Inside, 1-2, now the count. About 90 minutes through this game, one of the quicker baseball games we've seen this season. Runner going again. There's a line drive getting through at first by Wenkus. Runner's going to hold at third. It's a single that advances Brady Barber to 90 feet away from giving Ramapo the lead. And a chance to bring him in for Danny Poppy. Pinch runner for Ty Barber is on. Can't quite tell who it is. Ramapo threatening to take the first lead of this game since the bottom of the third inning. It's been 3 straight scoreless innings since Hills tied it up in the bottom of the third after Ramapo took the first and so far only lead of this game in the top of the second. Popped up and foul behind the plate by Poppy, 0-1. Still 1 out, so a sac fly could score that run. On deck is Alex Belovich. Ramapo is going to warm up a pitcher, it looks like here. We'll try and get you the name in a moment. Nice breaking ball in there for strike 2, excuse me. Big chance for Cho here. Szabo is going over to the dugout, talking with Coach Evans. Not sure what this is about. And he's going to make his way back. Is he asking for more balls, maybe? There's been a lot of foul balls in this game. Unretrievable foul balls. The 0-2 to Poppy. Runner going at first. Chopper towards there. Getting through Marquise. 1 run scores. An RBI single. And Ramapo takes the lead back. There are still runners on the corners, so Ramapo can threaten to take a multi-run lead. Belovich at the plate, the heavy hitter with a triple and a home run this year. Again, he's the only player on the Raiders to record either of those stats this season. Breaking ball, a little high. And another high ball. 2-0 the count. Low. 3 balls, no strikes. Strike 1 called. The at-bat lives. Runner going at first. Throw to third is not at all in time. And we now have 2 runners in scoring position. It was a smart move by Szabo, though, because if he threw to second, then the runner could have came home. Brandon Bodart, the pinch runner at third for Ty Barber, who was the original man who got on. Ball getting away from Szabo, and it's ball 4 to walk. The bases loaded. Bases loaded now, just 1 out. Coach Evans coming to the mound. Cho out there after the conversation. The pitcher warming up for Ramapo is Ty Barber, who was the shortstop. We'll see if we see him in the bottom of the 7th as Ramapo looks to finish this out. But right now trying to add some more insurance runs, and with the potential to give it to them, Ryan Seddon, who's had himself quite a good day. I believe 2 for 3. Strike 1 called. Maybe 1 for 3 with a walk for Seddon. We don't have the official stats with us just yet. In the dirt there. Cho charging after it. Didn't really have to because no runners could advance. 1-1. So the pinch runner at third, Brandon Bodart. Danny Poppy at second, and Alex Belovich at first base. 1 out. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count for Seddon. That one just got off his bat and is going to get over. 1 run scores. They'll keep the runner at third. It's a 3-1 Ramapo lead, the largest lead by either team today. And with just 5 outs total remaining as it stands. Jake Skoropanos. The bases still loaded. Swing and a miss. He fouled it off. After Cho came off, there were some changes. Wenkus went to first, Cass went to left, Lee went to third, and O'Donnell went to short. It's 1-1 after the low ball now. Strike called. 1-2. Did he go? He did not. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Check that swing just in time. That one bounced and hit Zabo's mask. All runners will stay. Full count now. Danny Poppy, the man in your picture in the black and green jersey, 90 feet away. At the plate, a full count. And a walk would be devastating. Cho's ready. Chopper getting through again. 1 run will score. Here comes another one. And it is safe. 5-1 Ramapo lead. A 2 RBI single for Jake Skoropanos. And now there's runners on the corners with just 1 out. Connor DeMarco still with a chance to bring a run in. A sac fly or a base hit will score Seddon. That one a little low for ball 1. Nate Zeff is warming up for Hills now. Inside, but a strike. 1-1. Another ground ball. This one fielded cleanly by O'Donnell. And a double play is made, so there's still some life, but it will be 4 runs at least if Hills wants to extend or win this game. Their backs are against the wall as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Kyle Marquise will get us started. Hills needs 4 runs to tie, 5 runs to win. That one outside. Herman is still out there looking for the complete game win. The insurance runs allowed him to do so. And we have a 1-1 count. Marquise holds off on strike 2. On deck, Gavin O'Donnell and Joe Napolitano. That one got away from the catcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Marquise fouls this one off into the netting. We stay at a 2-2 count. Full count. A low ball. And it's 3-2. Marquise works a walk. And that's big to lead off this 7th inning. Now here's Gavin O'Donnell. And we have a mound conference here. Could be it for Herman. We'll see. Cody Herman still on the mound for Ramapo after surrendering the leadoff walk. He'll face Gavin O'Donnell with Kyle Marquise at first. Strike 1 called on the inside there. O'Donnell grounds one. Gonna say foul. O'Donnell would have been safe, but they're saying foul ball. That was a close call to see when the third baseman, Theo Herman, touched it. It is 0-2 now. Should be 0-2, I think. Board has 0-1. And O'Donnell fouls that one off, so now it's 0-2 for sure. Skipping in the dirt, and a good block by the catcher Belovich. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2, fouled off again. One ball and 2 strikes. Outside. 2-2 for O'Donnell. Full count once again. Here's the 3-2. Inside. No, strike 3 called. And here's Joe Napolitano in another Mound Conference. And this time it really is it for Cody Herman. 11 strikeouts for both Herman and Wenkes, the 2 starting pitchers today. We'll have a new one after the break. Joe Napolitano will be the first batter for Ty Barber, who has a 1-0 record in 10.2 innings pitched, has recorded 12 strikeouts and surrendered just 2 runs and 6 hits over 152 pitches this season. Filling his spot at what was shortstop is Theo Herman, who was the third baseman, and filling his spot at third is Declan Tosney, the senior, who comes in off the bench. There's 1 out and a runner on. That's Kyle Marquise at first for Napolitano, who looks at ball 1. In there, strike one called. Napolitano, ground ball. Can it get through? Second baseman makes the play, and now Hills is down to their final out. Marquise did advance into scoring position at second, but there's not much even Kyle Wenkes can do with 2 out, down by 4. Hills trying to keep their 5-game winning streak alive. Ramapo trying to extend their winning streak to 8. This is the 5th at-bat of the day for Wenkes, I believe. He looks at strike one. Wenkes pops one up, could do it if it's catchable, and that'll be the ball game. Brody Barber makes the catch, and Ramapo gets their 10th win of the season and 8th in a row by defeating Pascack Hills 5-1 here in Montvale. We thank you for joining us. We hope you join us next week when on Monday we're going to make a trip out to Pompton Lakes for the league title game for girls lacrosse against the Cardinals. We hope you join us for that on tape delay. Monday evening it should be up, and then plenty of action throughout the week, including on Wednesday, these boys' game at home against Indian Hills. And we've got a choice on Thursday between softball against Emerson or boys lacrosse against Indian Hills. It'd be our first boys lacrosse game of the season if we did that. And on Friday, we'll have softball against Riverdale. Thanks for joining us. Our final score, 5-1, a Ramapo win against Pascack Hills. The Broncos dropping back down to 500 at 7-7. Ramapo up to 10-4 on their season. Thanks for joining us. This is Matt Merlino. So long from Montvale. Thank you for watching this presentation of PH Athletics. For more information, visit hills.pascack.org/athletics.